Dawdling by the Danube by Edward Enfield. Narrated by Edward Enfield. Having only been to Germany once before to do national service, Edward Enfield sets off on his latest cycling trip, carrying few preconceptions but plenty of wit. He starts by following the romantic road in Bavaria, and then rides along the banks of the Danube from Passau to Vienna, taking in castles, churches, and good food along the way. And as Edward reveals, there is no place from which to see a country that is nearly as good as the saddle of a bicycle. And now, Dawdling by the Danube.
Introduction. When it comes to introductions, the world divides into those who read them and those who don't, with those who don't probably outnumbering those that do by about 9 to 1. I am generally one of those who does not, as I'm usually keen to get on with the book itself without bothering about what comes before. Sometimes, though, I read the introduction after I've finished the book, which is the best way if it happens to be a classical novel, as these have introductions written by editors who discuss the plot so fully that they completely give the game away. I recently made the mistake of reading the introduction to a Henry James novel before I started the book, and as a result I knew exactly who was going to marry whom when I ought to have been kept in suspense. In the hope that some of those who read this book will sooner or later get round to the introduction, I will say that its purpose is to thank 2 people for the help they gave me in writing it. The first is Jennifer Barclay of Summersdale Publishers, who sent me back the drafts of each section with her most helpful and incisive comments. She has also invented what I think is a completely new editorial tool in the form of a smiley face, and she puts it in the margin of any passage which makes her smile or laugh. As I am quite incapable of judging my own work, and each time wondered if she would damn each section out of hand and demand the return of my advance, it was always enormously encouraging to find a sprinkling of smiley faces to indicate those parts that had met with her approval. I have also to thank Bill Billington, a friend and colleague over many years, and a German scholar good enough to have spent the war cracking codes at Bletchley Park. He put me right on several points of German.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?